Good day, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 in our series of Rebel Inc., our second attempt at the Southern Desert after an ignominious defeat in our episode number 7. As you can see, we're very early on in the campaign, well, in this particular map anyway, for Southern Desert. We've literally got our headquarters for November Garden set up. We're in October 2002, and the big takeaway lesson from the last one was you can't hardball the rebels indefinitely. You have to give a little bit of slack. So we have $42 in the bank. Let's just do a recap. So corruption 12%, inflation 0%, as I said, $42 in the bank. We have the general, which has given us early access to military initiatives, but frankly, not that big a deal at this point. Now, the insurgents' willingness to talk is minus 25%, and there are no insurgent fighters on the ground at this time. Our reputation is 90, and we have already, we've already got issues. One zone has health issues and 2 zones have water issues, and no zones are stable at this point. Now the stats, no, I didn't want to do stats. What I want to do is this one, that's right. We have set up, our first exercise was the district representatives. Then we went into service discussions and we've started water. But now, obviously, our next port of call is going to be medical because we have a zone with a medical request, and quite frankly, it's cheapo. So we've got, let's just have a look at this for a minute, because we've set up the district representatives. Now this is gathering intel, but I think we would do quite well to get the media office. And this will get our achievements out into the region, and we'll control, if you will, what it says here. We control the messaging and counterattempts to stir up discontent. In other words, we control the narrative, I believe is the term that's doing the rounds at the moment. So controlling the narrative and telling people that we're good guys is going to help us in the PR campaign. Significantly multiplies existing and future support levels. Obviously, the earlier we get this, the longer term benefits are going to be for us. So we're going to go medical first, and then in 1 month's time. Now, what happened to inflation when we did medical? We went to 1%, and we're in October. Let's see what it's like by the time we get to December. See where inflation sits in December. Now, your budget is based on your reputation. Fine. We're going to hit November. We hit November. We got 42. Inflation is still at 1%. And there's December, and it's 45. I think we go ahead and we do what we said we were going to do. Still 2 water. Yeah. And go and magnify this with 16. December. Let's go to February and see where we are in February. So far, so good. We've got, obviously things are going on, which is good for us. We're in February. Let's get halfway through February, right? Got 35. Let's have a look at this again. Now, just before we do this, we need to remember a few things. Even though the majority of our population are in urban centres, which these are here, urban, this is urban, there are a lot of remote areas, especially when you start heading out. Well, that's farming. Okay, but all this down here is remote. So we need to be moderately careful about where we start putting our resources. Now, the other thing that might be worth remembering is that we certainly have the higher population, lack of telecoms. Whoa, that's interesting. Nothing there. Okay, we certainly have the higher population densities in these areas. And we come out to the remote and we don't even know what's there, but this one's remote and it's got 2,000 people. Man, that was a slip, wasn't it? And there's 19, 17 and 44. So putting a bit of effort into the urban zones is probably not too bad an idea for us at the moment. But the other thing is we have military initiatives, and I'm still reluctant to do that because, just simply because. So I think I'm going to unlock the development discussions, and I'm going to look for something straight away in an urban setting. So this one is general, and I believe this one is general. Yes, this one is rural, right? This one is urban, and it's 7, and I'm going to go for that, and then come out of there straight away and check corruption and inflation, both fairly high, and both I think need to come down a wee bit. So let's just go May or June before we move again. Yep. Regional stability, 1%. May. Inflation is down to 2. Let's go June. 2%. July, 1. Okay, July. We're actually doing reasonably well at the moment in terms of what we can roll out, and we still only have those 2 primary areas, 2 zones with water and sanitation concerns and 1 zone with health. Unfortunately, at this time, there is no way to direct priorities to which zone should be given which infrastructural work first. They basically get selected on coming soon. Okay, well, I think these are all coming soon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Enhanced map mini features, yep. So this one is the stability, and this one is the coming soon. That's all very good. It would be good if there was a way to direct particular efforts into particular zones, but at this stage it does not appear so. Corruption is very low. It is not reducing your support. Okay, and these are our timelines and our support levels, our corruption risk and our inflation, but no method of directing which areas work should be done in first. Insurgent capability is 30%, but no active fighters. And these are the insurgents in and the unstable and the stable sectors. As you can see, there are no stable sectors. The southern desert, right, well, we know that. We have 7% and 93%. That's our support level. Is it? Indeed. I'm going to have to go, no, it's not. There are 93% neutrals, a very tiny amount of supporters, and 7% hostiles. Okay. All right. Let's press on. Because we can. Military initiatives are rumoured. Right, well let's do that straight away now so that we are prepared for them. I want deploy coalition forces. Now, and I'm not going to do anything else for a minute. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Tip, soldier training on left of screen. They are. They moved right over there and they're up on the left of screen doing their training. Zulu Victor is unstable. We've got them ready, but you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go ahead and order straight away a national soldiers area, because they take more time to train and I want them to be on the ground sooner rather than later. Insurgents reported in Gulf Whiskey. In an urban area? I don't think that's a good idea. We have been deployed and we're going to go right there. Okay. Insurgents threaten high population area in Gulf Whiskey. Yes, that is true. Insurgents engaged in Gulf Kilo. So far, so good. We're in February 2004, and I am going to follow on the military track. No, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to get some more soldiers. Gulf Whiskey has been lost. Unfortunate. Foxtrot Mike, yep, okay. Now what? We're going to wait a second on you. Rumours of insurgent gun smugglers in Gulf Juliet. Now that's interesting. I don't believe we've had this message before. A village representative has informed November Garden that members of a neighbouring tribe are working for the insurgents to procure weapons. We could provide financial incentives for both tribes to cooperate with November Garden. Spend $5 to gain supporters. 60% chance it increases corruption. This is probably a minor tribal dispute and nothing to do with the insurgents. Refuse to get involved. Unknown chance. Neighbouring tribe is working for the insurgents. Deploy an immediate raid to find and destroy possible insurgent weapons caches. Unknown chance. It's a local tribal dispute. But what that means is, sure, it might be a tribal dispute, but what it's likely to do is make an enemy for us in one area and lower our reputation in the other, because they'll think we're patsies. If we ignore it, well, of course, there is a chance that they actually are working with the insurgents. And we can spend $5 to gain supporters. You know what? Money speaks a multitude of languages. Locals in Gulf Kilo angry about coalitions, or you might be, but people are shooting at us. So, no, they're not going away. This is most distressing. How are we doing? 49. Guess what, boys and girls? We're going to get more garrisons. And as well as having more garrisons, we're going to do something else. That's $3. Increases support level. Increases support level. Increases support level. I'm going to go with education. Increases support level, especially amongst hostile. Increase the support level, especially amongst hostile. Fast to roll out. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Now what? Site in Golf Kilo chosen for November Garden Garrison. Actually, yes. Like it. Warning. Insurgents are escaping from our soldiers. Warning. Corruption. All 45. Way too high. Hold on. Way too high. Please go there. Now, actually, please go there. And please go there. I do not believe they can pass through a garrisoned area. I do not believe they can pass through a garrisoned area. Stability is at 9%. And we'll go to December, and then January. In January, we'll aim to bring down inflation. Corruption. Okay, let's hit corruption for... Whoa! We have got some issues. But intuitively, we hit the education button. Water is a major issue. That's where the garrison is. And now we're getting infrastructure issues as well. Interesting. 2 zones with telecoms. Okay. And actually, yeah, that's right. I was going to do now. We can do this one, which is effective procurement, but that only happens when it's running. This one decreases corruption gradually over time. That's the one we want for now. And let's carry on, shall we? Everybody's getting lots of support. So these guys should be driven back into here. And just to make sure that happens, let's put them there. Medicine supply chain vastly improved. Report from healthcare advisors indicate that November Garden has overseen a 26% rise in the number of people with access to quality medicine. Huzzah! Well done, you boys. Good job. And they're running back into there. Now, they should not be able to progress through that garrison area. But what I do want to do is move them into there. Ooh, what's that? Garrison is supporting neighbouring soldiers. What happened to it? What? Holy dooly. Did they wipe out our garrison? Certainly looks like they did. That was bad. Well, we got 56. Hold the fort for a second. What we are going to do now is spend some money. First of all, we're going to go and get the infrastructure going in telecoms. That's a must. And now we're going to go and get airstrikes are 15, soldiers are 11 soldiers. We still have reserves of coalition troops to call on, so that's not too bad. High desertion rates amongst national soldiers. No embed, no threaten. Do the right thing and give the guys a decent wage so that they can support their families. And that's the bottom line. Oh, this is our first stable zone. Well, and that's a good thing because Zulu Victor is our headquarters area. So that is a good thing. I'm really disappointed that we lost the garrison there. Help needed in mountains. Soldiers are struggling. All right, well, looks like we are going to have to call in airstrikes. Kind of unfortunate, but sure. Provide significant combat bonuses to soldiers, warning civilian casualties are possible. That is true. Well, but surprise attack in Foxtrot Juliet, yes. You know what? No, you're up there as well. Okay, you move in there. Find and destroy insurgent camps. We will. Site of Golf Kilo chosen for November Garden Garrison. Oh, again. Yes. Now these guys should be forced somewhere, but I'm not sure where though. And we've got troops in there. Oh yeah, well you are too, aren't you? Warning, insurgents are escaping. Insurgents always try to escape the neighbouring zones when they've been trying to surround. Yeah, but which ones? Not helpful. New wrestling league proposed. I think we've seen this one before. Reject funding. Agree to fund a single team in the zone. Increase zone support level. Cost $3. 48% chance it will increase corruption. And 68% chance of cost overrun. Agree to fund a region-wide tournament. Significantly increase zone support level. Cost $6. 57% chance significantly increase corruption. 81% chance of cost overruns. Limited funding. Spend an additional $2. The project has been completed. Increased zone support level. Thank you. And new soldiers. Let's put them there, shall we? To give support and see what we can do. You go up there. Ah, is that where they're escaping to? Okay, what are you doing? You know what? I'm going to go with a short extension and lose 6 reputation. Now, if they escape back into there, these guys are going to escape back into there. But that's fine. So now I'm going to move you into there. And with $56 in the bank, oh, go back. What are you? Oh, what are you? Region concerns. You are lack of jobs, but you, now what are you? I can't remember what that is. Is that electricity? Up, 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 up. Insurgents retake. Not for long, they don't. Oh, they're up there now. Wow. Okay. Jobs in a farming community, and you were electricity 16%, jobs 15%. Electricity and jobs, but not both. All corruption's up. Well, okay, first of all, do this. jobs or electricity? I'm going to go with jobs actually, but let's go overall. No. Significantly develop jobs. These two are across the board. Significantly increased support level, hostile population. Significantly increased support level, hostile population. You know, vocational training's always a good thing. And as it turns out in the real world, you can't have too many soldiers. In a combat zone, that is. So, let's proceed, shall we? 65% corruption. Guess what we're spending our money on now? Yes, it will be reducing corruption. Insurgents control the number of connected zones. All right, we need to knock these guys on the head. The corruption's not coming down particularly much, is it? 64. Warning. Anti-corruption teams are overwhelmed. Okay. Well, okay, we need to hit this. Anti-corruption 2. Yep. Let's see where we go from 64%. Okay, now you go over there. You go up there. 63%. Okay. Insurgent activity slightly impacting your reputation. Okay. Well, we're moving in there. Insurgent camp discovered. Right. All right. Well, I think we've got enough assets to deal with that. 36, 62. 61. It is reducing it, but quite slowly. All right. What's going on here? Yep, I want another garrison. Yes, indeed I do. Insurgent camp destroyed. Well done, us. Now, you are going to move into there. Actually, you are. I'm very happy with our progress so far. 59% on corruption, 0% on inflation. So, where are we? Let's go and have a look at our map again. Jobs are issues in 2. Water is still the big one. Water is still the big one. But these are... Now, I'm very sure that they are remote areas, but water is a big one. We've got medicine going on. We don't have power, but we do have jobs going. I think we need to have a look at what we can do to help people at this time in a affordable manner. So that's a 3. This hits hostile population quite well, as does this one. But this one is faster. You know what? I'm going to go with this because we just need to keep this rolling. And I'm also going to go 3 on inflation. Now, and that's going to be it for just now. Okay, so the insurgents are minus 7% willingness to talk. So we're knocking them down. We've got to get corruption under control, and we've got to hold inflation where we're at. And we have more troops that are ready, so we're going to deploy those there. Warning, insurgents are escaping from our soldiers, but where? As long as they're escaping back into there, that's fine. We have them contained. Now, I know that's not very nice for the people in the town there, but we're going to get to that in a second. So here, it's over. So we're going to send you home. I know. Oh, and it boosts insurgents' morale. That really wasn't what we wanted. But you know what? Ne'er to mind. Standard procedure for us is to apologise. I'm not going to go cover up, and there's definitely no chance of a downplay. That historically has never worked anywhere. Now, what's going on over here? I think we can delay and carry on. 54% inflation. It is dropping. 53. Okay. $46. Previously, empty or abandoned school buildings are becoming fit for purpose once more. With 50 poor? Yeah, there are 50 poor more children able to attend school as a result. Well, they probably are quite poor, actually. If you look at Western countries as a generalisation, they are the richest countries in the world in terms of the stuff that they have and the stuff that they do. But we are going to go, well, we're going to pause the game and then we're going to go spend some more money. But initially I'm going to spend it on this guy here, deploy coalition troops. And then I think a government initiative. I'm not going to decrease support level. And I'm not going to introduce martial law. Rapidly gather intel on zones over time. Not particularly. Develop diplomatic contacts and relationships. Engage with rival foreign countries to reduce their support for the insurgents. Provides additional diplomatic option and becomes more effective over time. You know what? Why not? Can't hurt, right? Can't hurt to remove our enemies' supply bases from overseas. Look, plus 31% willingness to talk. We don't want to talk to them though. And now, this is where it starts getting interesting. So we have the insurgents basically contained in 3 zones. And we're going to use high-level coalition troops to get back Gulf Whiskey. Then we're going to look at this. Foreign rivals supporting insurgents. Now, here's a chance. We can do this one, but we get a really low level of chance of succeeding. But I think it might be worth it. I don't really need to spend the money to run a covert operation and let's just say kill people. And this one is just like not at all a good idea. So let's try the subtle pressure. Use diplomatic back channels to try to get the rival country to reduce their support, but failed. But the insurgent capability is unchanged. It's not great though, you have to say. And we are currently in the process of trying to get back this urban settlement down here. So that's reasonable for us. So let's have a look at what this is. No, we can delay. We're not in a hurry to talk to them. I mean, you know, a little bit like, well, yeah, sure. We're winning, actually. And I'm not talking to anybody till I get this town back. That's for sure. Oh, hit civilians. Yeah. We're going to apologise. Cost money, but there you go. We'll compensate the families, and we can't return their family members, but we can help them understand the importance of the struggle that we're in. And there you go. We kicked them out, but it's neutral. But we kicked them out. 48%. $64 in the bank. Let's spend some money. 37% corruption. That's not unreasonable. Let's go back there for a minute. We're doing pretty well in terms of getting zones over. And those are pretty dark green up there. But mind you, we've got the insurgents bottled up. And we don't want them popping out of the bottle like they did over here last time. Let's have a look at what we've got going on in the civilian area. So the district representatives are pretty well underway. Water supplies almost everywhere. Medical supplies are almost everywhere. Development Bank is not even halfway through. A lot of that going on. Not even halfway through. Vocational training is it hasn't gone anywhere. Hardly. Water expansion, so-so. And Foreign Office relations. Now, our funding tread. Don't know what's wrong with me today. I've got tongue disease. Obviously, I can't speak. This is extremely good for us. We certainly look like but we've got corruption. You know what? Let's deal with that. No, sorry, no, not martial law. Where's the other anti-corruption one? I'm going to go with that one at 13. And I think I want to introduce another. Now, what have we got here? This is 5. That's amongst hostiles. What about a quick to roll out? Increases support level, especially amongst hostile population. Fast to roll out. And this one increases support level, especially amongst hostile population. Fostulation. Oh my gosh. Fast to roll out. 5 and 3. Going to go with 3. Save money, but get some... it's a disgusting saying, but get some bang for your buck. All right, so what's this one? Women's right. Oh, here we go. Now, there was something about this one that if we didn't engage with this, we couldn't argue it later on. Right, so it's new laws are being proposed to improve women's rights. So the no reform is they criticise us, we back down and go away and we get anger. We go for a gradual reform. So a slow rollout for the new laws increases support level in the urban zones, but 6% chance of international anger. Now this one, this is the one I think we had to take, which we didn't last time. And if we take this one, when the pushback comes, we get another option which was greyed out if we take this. So we get the reputation boost. We're fully backing it. But there's a 22% chance of a conservative backlash. And again, it's the we get support in urban zones. We're going to do this one. Sure, why not? And we're 38 minutes into the video, everyone, so let's just see what happens when we move into January. Well, we get more problems. That's what happens when you move into January. But we also got a new zone came on board with us, so that's good. Oh, another garrison. The answer is definitely and most assuredly yes. That's quite a network. That's pretty good support levels there. Now, okay, here's the deal. And this is probably a good place to end this episode. We haven't got... we'll just have a look at this from actually. So this is Golf Whiskey. It's the urban centre and it's got good roads. We are gathering intel on this, but this is the urban centre that the rebels had. And we've obviously kicked them out of there and they're now confined to these two zones up here. This particular zone, once we've completed the intel, we can start working on moving it to becoming a stable zone within the region. And that means that all the urban areas will be in our control. And that's got to be good going into episode 9, which will be our next episode. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope you're enjoying our new approach to the Southern Desert map. And I hope that we're actually going to be successful this time. It would be not very good if I lost this map twice in a row, but nothing's impossible. So maybe come back and see what happens in the next episode, or visit the Gig channel and I'll see you there very soon. Until then, stay well everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.